whatever that may be.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you here with us. As usual, Adam, tell us about our sponsors. Oh, you're muted, Adam. Please.
This moment of silence brought to you by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for your continued support. You can grab an Electrum chest code on the overlay, bouncing around in chat. Thanks, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. We have Die Hard Dice, who has supplied our cast with, we are now at the end of this list, Woll's Wily Wayfinders.
Oh, nice.
So we have completed our surname pass. Who knows what is next? If you have ideas, feel free to send them to me, and you might be featured like Tall Halfling has been.
If you're a short giantess.
Yes, that's it. Short giantess. I love it.
Short
and you can get 10% off with the code Éarte, and we will also be giving away a $20 promotional discount code in chat. So pay attention to the instructions there for that, and good luck. And finally, tonight you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. I'm Adam Bradford. I'm the CDO at Demiplane. So much going on. Too much going on. I am going to sleep again one day, but for tonight, I am really stoked to be playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan.
Happy soon to be October, everyone, which is Halloween month one, but also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So rolling into October nicely. I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm getting ready for Halloween, and I actually
not busy at all.
Not at all. I actually got a really fun costume commission that I think I'm going to take, and it's from someone that all of you guys would know. So it'd be really fun to see if I can make it happen. We'll see if I can squeeze it in there, because I really want to help this person out. But tonight, I don't know if I have to help anyone tonight. We'll see. I am playing Attorney for Armstrong, who just rolled 2 20s in one thing. I was talking about that for all weekend. I was insufferable all weekend, and people were like, there's been people who've rolled like 3 in a row. I was like, I don't care. I will do it. Anyway,
it's pretty iconic. I'm happy. It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I had a heart attack. Okay.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on socials as DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWisp Jen. All sorts of stuff happening that is available there. I don't know. I need a better tagline for this stuff. But tonight I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, who are apparently sponsoring Quiet Times with Adam. You can find me on all of the socials as Obo Lauren. I don't have anything else to really talk about because I took this week off. I actually had days off, so I don't know what to do with myself. I am going to Big Bad Con this weekend, so if you are going to be there, please say hi. And tonight I'm playing Carolyn Nebstern, who is so excited to meet an entire population of a whole new plane of existence.
All right. Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on the socials as the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me as the Dungeon Master on Misfits of Alceta every Wednesday, except for tomorrow, because actually when I say every Wednesday, I mean 3 times a month. Last Wednesday taken off. But tonight I will be playing your favorite granny for hire, Miss Robin Beckett, who is just so stoked at how well things went and a little bit surprised and nervous that Talron seems to be gone. Lots to think about. But for now, we're hopping through a portal.
Hashtag same. I'm a little surprised and nervous about how things went. That Talron is gone. I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller for this evening. Thank you all, players everyone at home, Josh, for being here. Let's get something cozy and settle in for the 60th chapter of Children of Éarte. So yes, last time we had a very strategic battle. Ivy, as she opened the portal to her home world, as the 5 of you plus Pivum stood off against Talron, the fire bull. It went surprisingly well. I think the worst he did to you was as he died. But you managed to seemingly apparently take him out just as Ivy was closing the portal around you to her home world. We will pick up there. As you start to take in the space around you, it is clear that a very dense fog surrounds the party. As you look down, you are standing on some kind of a sheet of ice, and you can just see water lapping at the edge, this little ice flow that you have all found yourselves on. The water beyond has sort of gentle waves below the mist, but you can't see very far in this sort of it's like a grayish white mist, as if it is maybe daylight, but no real sunlight is coming through. Ivy stands with her back to you at one side of this ice flow. As you look at her now, she is quite distinctly changed. The sort of blue diamond encrusted dress that she was wearing seems to have grown all the way down, so you can't see her feet. They look like little dewdrops or drops of ice along her dress that now just almost blends into the ice flow. Where the edges of it hit the water, there it also seems to just continue down, disappearing into the water below. Up at the top, her hair, which was in tight curls, now is little spikes of almost icicles that kind of hug her face. Her skin is a bluish pale color. And you cannot see her face as she stares off into the mist.
Ivy, please don't run anywhere. Are you going to run anywhere? We don't feel like running right now.
There's nowhere to run at this particular moment.
Are we through the portal and the portal is gone?
It is gone. You do not see any sign of the veil.
So
Are we cold?
It's chilly, but it is not winter cold.
Robin is gonna just, as she's taking in the space, she's gonna look around at everyone's ankles and realize we didn't really say goodbye to Pivum, knowing that he's not with us.
Oh, Pivum's here.
He went through the portal?
Pivum
We
came.
can come along.
Yeah. You can
No
continue.
way.
Pivum's here. Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Stay.
He at that moment he didn't have much of a choice. There was
no.
kind of nowhere else to go. So
Oh,
yes, Pivum came. Pivum is standing. Maybe you missed him. He's just hiding behind.
He's no
Nev's
longer
legs.
a deer, I'm guessing. He kind of.
No, he's a deer. He's
Oh,
still in
okay,
there.
then.
He's just a little deer hiding behind Nev's
Sweet.
legs there.
Doing a bad job of hiding behind Neb because the deer is probably bigger than she is.
Oh, that's true. That's right. That's true. You were.
Wow, how exciting. Well, yeah. All right then.
Sorry. So don't run. As you say this, Silas, to her, and you kind of look and see there's kind of nowhere to run. You're on this little circle of ice.
Silas
in
is
the middle of the
convinced she
water.
can just run on the water if she
So-
wanted to. So
She tilts her head slightly. You're just getting that back 3/4 line. You can see the sort of forming of crystals and little drips as it falls off her chin from her skin. Her lips, which used to be a bright red, are now brilliantly blue. Her eyes, ice blue. As she sort of turns back to you, there's something oddly reptilian maybe about her. She's lost some of that, like you can't see her breathing any longer. She seems very still, stiller than a mammal might be. As she sort of looks back and her eyes start to catch you, she says, "Never fear. I owe you a debt."
oh wow. I mean,
So-
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little surprised that, like, you're treating us that way, because we all talked about this for days and days and days, that this was going to be a huge betrayal when we, got you out of the mirror. But, like, it appears that that's not the case. Like, are you on the up and up right now?
Again, she maybe twists her head, looking off in another direction, almost as if she heard something. She goes, "Follow me," and does indeed step onto the water. Right where her foot is, ice begins to form beneath, creating a walkway. As she steps forward, it remains. As she begins to create a bit of an ice path into the mist ahead of her.
Where
That's
are we
awfully
going?
convenient.
Oh my god.
Where are we headed?
Safety.
Silas is going to start, like, flying behind, like, still fairly low.
Yes.
But he's going to do the thing that, like, dogs do when they're, like, off the leash. Sometimes they, like, go, like, as far as they can go to one side and then weave back. But I am trying to, like, take in, like, what else might be around us as I'm doing
Gotcha.
this.
Give me a perception check for that.
You can roll that. That's a
You got it.
0. No, sorry, 1. I got
A
a
1.
1 now.
This is dense, thick fog. You can't see very far at all. And in fact, even the surface of the water, as you get down close to it and you can hear it, this little lap of waves, but you can't see through it. It's very, very dark beneath the water, and you can't get very far from the group if you don't want to lose them.
Yeah, I don't want to lose them under any circumstance. Do I want to lose them? So, but I will, as I'm doing this, and again, I don't know how long other things are going to be on hold here for, but, like, as I'm doing this, I am going to float the ring into the water and just see if it, like, freezes immediately before I put it all the way under. But I'm, like, lighting it up and kind of floating it as I'm flying to see if I can see anything under the water better with the ring lit up.
Okay, so as she's walking ahead of you all, and you can tell me if you're following or not, and her train drags, creating this icy pathway behind her, almost like a snail trail behind her through the water. It's barely 2-3 feet wide, but you're able to just sort of navigate single file after her as she walks off into the mist, seeming to listen or sense, even sniff the air as she goes. Silas, you watch him zigzagging back and forth, and the ring comes down and dips below the water. Silas, you are able to do it. It does not disappear. You can see the light, but pretty quickly as it goes deeper, it gets faint fast.
I bring it back because I do not want to lose anything else, like I lost everything else on the train.
Does the air does it taste like salt spray, or does it taste?
Give me a perception check on that, please.
18.
This tastes like fresh water to you.
Okay.
It smells like fresh water.
So you're saying that Ivy's eyes look different to us. Is that it? Or
Her eyes, her hair, her dress, her skin, everything has kind of, whatever it was before, it's now sort of from 10% to 80%. This sort of bluish complexion is now fully this icy blue. The hair that was sort of tight little curls has become these sort of icicle spikes.
Do we hear any other kind of sounds, like in particular birds?
Even without a perception check, I'm gonna say no. It's very still. All you hear is the sort of gentle lap of the waves around you, and the drag of her dress, maybe your own footsteps on the ice, the little bit of cracking at the edges.
But we don't have many choices here.
Exactly. It's like, are we going to your house? Are we going to, I guess we're
At this point, you followed her long enough that you can now no longer see the ice flow that you came from behind you. It has disappeared in this white gray mist. You are standing on a thin plank of ice in the middle of endless ocean, as far as you can perceive. She continues to walk forward, mostly very silently. Fairuza, when you ask, "Are we going to your house?" as you're trying to, and your voice, it doesn't echo. If anything, it almost feels dampened by this, the cloud cover, the mist around you, as if you were in a sound isolated room. She does not hesitate. If anything, she sort of speeds up. She repeats, "Safety, I hope."
Is this what it's like in your domain all the time, or is this different than you were expecting?
As you ask that, she stops, smells the air, listens again. She says, "Yes, this way." She doesn't answer you. But after about another 5-10 minutes walk, you do see a shoreline. It has snow, ice, steeped upon it. As she steps up onto that space, testing it with her foot first, and steps up, her long dress kind of flowing up in a train behind her, having grabbed more of the water to make ice of this train. She turns around, looks to you all, and says, "Welcome to Tiver."
Is that the name of your whole realm or of this specific island?
Tiver is my kingdom.
And is this what you expected? Is this what it's normally like?
She says, "Yes, this
It's
is
lovely.
this is as
quiet.
Tiver exists." A little glint in her eye shifts as she does sort of look around and says, "I, however, do not sense my people."
Like at all?
What do you mean you can't sense your people?
Normally, I feel their vibrations in the air, in the ice, in the mist above.
How many people do you have?
Oh, countless numbers. I sense them not.
Well,
So
you
could
could,
your huge absence have something to do with doesn't the world fall apart when you're gone?
I fear, yes.
Good answer. Good question. I mean, sorry.
Thank you.
You know it.
okay. Is there anything we can do to help at least find some civilization? I'm assuming we all have questions. You've been gone for so long. You're probably looking for answers of what's happened while you've been gone. We've never been here before. So how do we find some people?
Oh, follow me. We'll find the palace.
Is there going to be anything to eat at this palace?
Palace.
I didn't even think of that.
She kind of cocks her head. "Oh, food. I've forgotten the joys."
Oh.
Oh, do you want a really good berry? I've got one left. Hold on.
You want a really good berry?
Yeah. And I'll pull out because I do have a couple left from the last time that I
Goodness,
guessed it.
berries.
Yeah,
Really good berry.
it's really, really good. This is basically what I've been living on for the last 15 days.
All of us have. The jerky
doing
ran
our
out
best.
We've all
days ago.
forgotten the joys of food. Do you hand her one?
I offer it, yeah.
She puts out her fingers. Her nails are long, sharp ice. Her fingers seem to have elongated again into long, sort of icicle fingers with these long, thin, clear nails on them. As she sort of places her hand out and you place the berry, the instant it touches her skin, it's like flash frozen.
Ooh, get me one. Get me one.
She closes her hand around it and it almost turns to this little blue, snowy dust that falls from her fingers. She looks at you. "A very good berry indeed."
Wait, did you just eat that through your hand or did you disintegrate it?
She didn't get it anywhere near her mouth, but she just sort of crushed it and dropped it.
Snow
She's-
cones.
Snow
Yeah.
cones, exactly.
We were thinking about
She-
making all the berries into like scones, but I didn't even think about like ice cream or something like that. That'd be amazing.
Very good berry snow cone.
Silas is way too curious at this point. He takes like I don't know, lint out of his pocket, or just something like a wrapper, gum wrapper that he found or something, and he floats it telekinetically, like, not like super obvious trying to hit her with it, but he just floats it up to like touch her, like, her shoulder or something.
Oh no, she dodges it.
She dodges it.
She dodges it as you send this like item towards her. She doesn't really, she doesn't jump, but she's fast. Right? Like, again, almost like a reptilian reflex. She just sort of suddenly she's in a few inches to the side, and it just sort of floats past her. She looks at it and looks back at you, and even without an insight check, you can see it's the kind of glare of a queen.
I just want to see it. Like, if we touch you, are we going to just like disintegrate like that berry just did? Like, because I don't want to accidentally touch you if that's the case.
She crushed it, right?
She crushed the berry, yes. It sort of flash froze in her palm, and then she crushed it. She looks back at you and she says,
I've seen Terminator. Like,
best
Terminator
be
2.
Careful then, my friend.
Oh, Lord. Silas, like, literally floats backwards a little bit more. Like, as he's flying.
He moon floats.
Yeah, Silas, the personal space is going to be very important here.
Yeah.
Have we seen anything other than the shoreline that has not been made of water or ice yet?
Even the shoreline, as you think back on it, was just iceberg.
And there's nothing in the water. There's no movement in the water.
Not
just us
that
frozen
you
walking.
not that you can tell. With what you've done so far. She's starting to walk up this snowy rise again into the mist. At this point, everything is covered in snow. But as I said, you're not freezing, right? It looks like Antarctica, or actually, it looks like the Arctic. But you don't feel you're cold. It's chilly, but it isn't like that to the bone cold that you're used to. Something about the air is bracing, but not debilitating.
Okay. So it's crisp.
Crisp.
As we're
Very
following...
Maine.
Comfy Maine.
Comfy Maine.
As we're following her,
yes,
I think Nev is like head on a swivel, looking everywhere, listening to everything. If we're not seeing anything besides ice and water, she's gonna think about what her kidney feels right now.
Yes.
What's the weather supposed to be like today and into tomorrow? Like, what is the weather like in this place?
Static. You, at this point, if it's 24 hours, you said?
Yeah, it's over the next day.
Unchanging, oddly consistent weather.
Just fog. Lots of fog.
Fog. Almost, there's no wind. You don't feel any wind. It's just this damp, overhanging cloud.
Really?
It's going to be like this, at least for the rest of the day and tomorrow. Why do I feel like it's been like this for a while, though?
Yeah, this place is like an empty shell. She's been gone too long.
Maybe
like,
yeah.
I hope that she's going to get back to the palace like in the video game, and then like she's going to touch something and it's going to like charge up, and then like light's going to radiate out, and she's going to let it go, and everything's going to be fine after that.
Did you get that from her, Silas? Did like you read her mind and that's where you got
No,
that from?
gosh,
How do you know?
gosh, no. No, I tried to read her mind a couple of times already, and it was not a fun experience. So that's not going to happen unless she goes all Killer Frost on us, and then I might do it.
She continues to walk forward after, again, a few minutes of walking through now what is just endless white, snowy plains in this dense fog. And again, in the whiteout of this space, it would be very easy to get turned around. And all you notice, all you can do is follow her through this directionless void as she sort of seems to sniff and listen and feel her way through this environment. She seems to stop.
We seem to stop too.
You seem to stop.
She stops, we stop.
Yeah.
In a featureless space.
Okay.
But she holds one hand out, just trembling her fingers. A couple of drops of water drip from her icy fingertips. And as they hit the snow below, a little bit of blue light begins to match her hand with the ground. And it opens. Very lightly, gently, almost as if it's just melting away. And as it does, you see a spiral staircase made of crystal ice heading down into the snow.
Your castle is underground?
This is like a fairy tale, I think.
She begins to descend.
I'm following.
Me too.
She begins to walk down the spiral staircase. You notice features that have been carved out of the ice in the walls. This solid block of iceberg has just been carved out to create whatever shape is needed. As she goes down, though, you begin to notice more and more destruction. Banisters of this icy space have been torn apart. Pieces have fallen down to the bottom. She becomes more and more distressed, a confused, vulnerable look crossing her face as she reaches the bottom and her tiny little ice slipper hits the ground. She walks forward into a large open space. There is icy crystal window at the top, skylight above you, probably 40 feet up above, letting in some of the light from above. In this space, there are columns around the side that had once been intricately carved, but now are all knocked down, pieces scattered around the ground. You notice in the center a pool of water. Again, it is dark, like the water that you saw outside. Just this clean pool, and yet another spiral staircase that seems to go up and up and up toward that skylight.
Do you live alone, Ivy, first of all?
She says, I never used to be alone. I used to be surrounded by subjects day and night and night and day. Now there appears to be only day and no subjects.
Do you have any idea what might have happened to them? Because we're kind of new here and we don't know how this stuff works so much.
She stops, takes a deep breath in through her nose. Floris was here.
Oh.
Wait, is that the air person?
Yeah.
And the only way he'd find his way is with a scribe. This does not bode well.
Is that Julian? Did Julian betray you?
I do not, yes, but I do not know. It could be Julian, it could be whoever, if he is alive. If he is not alive, then I do not know who the scribe is.
When you can, obviously you're sensing that they were here. Do you have any idea how long ago?
All I know is this kind of destruction could not have been done by anyone other.
What if Floris just came and like rescued your people? Because you're gone like a long time, right? Maybe they were like, oh no, our planet or world or whatever this place is about to completely, buckle on top of itself. We need to be saved. And Floris came and was like, I shall save thee, and like move them to, the air place.
You've given Floris a lot of credit.
So wait, out of all of the rulers, Ivy, are you trying to tell me that you're the only nice one?
She smiles slightly. She says, I have seen more than the others. They have not been to Éarte. They have not learned your ways.
So our way softened your heart? That is so sweet.
Wow.
Your ways, Julian, or perhaps my own weakness.
I don't think caring for other people is a weakness, but you're
That's
right,
right.
that we should find out what happened to your people. So a scribe is the only one that can open portals. There's no one else who can open a portal, even if it's from one realm to another. Even Éarte.
We can only open portals from our own worlds to the Veil. There is no way Floris could have made it here if he did not have the assistance of a school.
Like why is that? Are there is there some like ancient rule book or something? Like, are there things more powerful than you that
We are all bound by the powers of nature and creators that came before us, perhaps even unknown to us.
Okay, well, if your palace is not the place where we're going to find anybody, where would be the next place to go? Did you have any idea of if there was like a natural disaster where people would shelter?
Her eyes light up. It has been so long. The beacon. She
What
looks to you, and she looks down at the pool. The beacon will call them to us. He must have disrupted it.
The pool?
Oh, down. The kingdom of Tiver.
I thought we were in the kingdom of Tiver already.
This is the entrance to Tiver.
Tyvern is in there?
Will you follow?
Can we breathe?
Yeah.
She turns to you, holding out an icy finger.
Oh.
May I?
Wait, we're about to freeze dry.
Sure, go ahead. I've lived long enough.
She walks up to Robin and places one finger right on your, on the center of your head, sort of your third eye. You feel a jolt of cold as a ring of ice, like a crown, a tiara, encircles your head. Something about you, instantly, not cold. This is normal environment for you. You feel very, very comfortable in your skin. And now it's almost as if the air and the mist, you're not, almost like you're not taking up any space. It's all just moving right through you.
You guys have to check this out.
Okay, I mean, I was going to turn into a shark, but that sounds like fun.
It's cold water.
She reaches out to you, Neb.
Yeah.
She presses another finger into your forehead, and you too, a crown is created, a sort of ice crown around your head, and you feel the same sensation come over you.
Thank you.
I lean forward.
She touches your forehead. Same. The crown comes around. Now, each of these look a little different, a little bit specific to who you are and whatever your essence is that brings it into being. But it all sort of has this sort of bluish glow of a wreath, a tiara, a crown around your head. Very Greek. Olive
Silas?
leaves.
Shall we do it? Okay.
All right. She touches each of you simultaneously as it sort of the water drips off of her fingers and forms in rivulets around your head. She also reaches down, looks at Pivum. Shall you join us? And touches his little forehead, which grows into little thorny vines of ice crown. She says, "Follow me."
Before we go, how long is this going to last, and does that mean we can talk underwater?
Let's find out.
Okay.
She steps into the pool, her foot sinking below the surface. And again, everything on her seems to instantly sort of soak up like wet paper towels or, like fabric, soak up the water as she steps in, as everything sort of seems to transform. She steps a few more feet in until she is entirely submerged. You look down and these spiky icicles of hair have now fallen out into just long, white gray ringlets behind her head. She just smiles, looking up at you through the surface of the water and continues to step down into its depths.
I'll follow.
Let's
I'm,
go.
I'm right there.
Neb, you step in. It does not feel cold. And again, it's as if you almost don't take up any space. The water seems to flow through you instead of around you. You step further down, and as it rises up over your lips, there's a momentary reaction of holding your breath, but you allow. And it does not seem to be a problem, almost as if perhaps gills have grown in the back of your throat. You step down, you can see, you're not cold, you can breathe, you try speaking. Gravity seems to be holding you to this sort of icy clear crystal ramp that leads down in a spiral below this pool.
I'll look up at everybody through the water and just come on.
No air bubbles come out.
I
She
love how we
seems
always
just
let
fine.
Neb try things like she's the tank or something.
I don't know if it's you let more than she just goes and does things. So it's not wholly on you. Neb does just rush into things, but she is gonna continue to follow Ivy down after
You
she
follow
lays
her
you on.
down.
Yes,
Yeah.
you.
As you all begin to file down into the water, other than it is absolutely water, it does not give you resistance any more than air would. This feels very much like you are just walking through air as you step down into this space. As you look down beneath you, now as you look up, it's just white. It's very hard to make up. Just as the water was just black, dark water as you looked down, as you look up now, you can make out very little detail above. It is just the white of the mist and the snow and the ice above you. As you look down, you can see that this icy, spiraling ramp continues down in a whirlpool. It's extraordinarily wide circle that goes around and around, continuing to descend in a tornado whirlpool pattern. Along this path are globes. They appear to be made of stained glass with white leaded, balls around. The glass is the color of sea glass, as if it's been sort of pasteled and rubbed, clean by sand and water and erosion. They are spaced along this path as it gets lower and lower and deeper and deeper. She begins to walk down. It's quite a walk to this first globe. And as you look around, you can see schools of fish circling some of these globes, almost like the rings of Saturn, as they spin around and around. You hear the distant song of whales and perhaps catch a shadow of something off in the distance flying through the water as though it was air.
Are those your people?
She looks to you and says, "Well, I protect them, but no."
So
They
are
are not
your
my
people like people? Like, do they look like you? Do they look like us?
They take many forms.
Do I recognize any of the fish that are circling around this globe?
Yeah, I mean, I would say they probably remind you of a lot of the fish that you've read in your books or that you remember from home, but there is something slightly fantastical, a little exaggerated about each of them. Something that a clownfish, maybe something that, although that's not correct for this place. But who cares? Might be extra. The eyes are a little extra large, or the stripes a little more defined. There's something a little bit extra lively and fantastical about them.
I'm gonna sidle up to Robin as we I'll hold myself back just enough so that I can get next to Robin. Robin, we need to keep following Ivy, right?
Yes. Why?
Because we should absolutely keep following Ivy, because that would be the smart thing to do. Right?
I'm not Silas. I can't read minds.
I'm trying to convince myself not to go off and talk to everything in this ocean. Do you hear the whales?
Just think of what or who we're going to be able to talk to if we do follow her.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. Thank you for having this conversation with me.
Anytime. Anytime that keeps you from running off, just come to me first.
I can't guarantee that that's going to happen, but I appreciate you playing along when I know what I should be doing, but those whales, that sounded really pretty.
Yeah.
But we'll go talk to them later.
As you're looking at each other, you notice things like, again, you're walking with ease down this ramp, but Robin's hair does sort of float behind her as if it's, floating in the water. No air bubbles, but there's maybe a current of something that just kind of passes your vision in front of you, and small schools of fish that swim by. And Neb will offer, nothing seems to follow any kind of earth code, right? There are fish that seem tropical, fish that seem freshwater, fish that seem saltwater. This is just sort of some beautiful liquid that all of these creatures can benefit from, the way that you are now existing within this environment due to her magic. Finally, she approaches the first planetary globe that is along this path. Again, as she comes closer, you begin to see the destruction. The glass has been broken in several places. Whatever the sort of metal is that is the leading between it has been bent and busted. Pieces having fallen down. She stops, nervous, and cautiously then steps forward into there. There's an archway that leads from this ramp into the globe. It's large. This is at least a 60-foot wide, in diameter kind of globe that circles around this. The ramp stops about 20 feet in. There's another ramp on the other side, 20 feet, that leads out opposite. And there is a wildly spinning golden compass. It's large, a good 3-4 feet in diameter itself, and it is just spinning in and on itself, whirling around within the center. And one look at her face tells you that is not what it's supposed to be doing.
Quick, Ivy, what do we do?
She looks to it, and she says, "This is the work of Florus. It must be. He has destroyed the beacon. This is the this is the only way that I can call all of my subjects back to me. Now I know how to repair it, but if it is spinning this wildly, it means that the core has also been disturbed, and that is at the bottom."
Of what?
She simply looks down, and you can see there's a hole in the bottom of this, where everything has fallen down and broken the glass, where you can see the spiral of this ice crystal ramp as it continues to go down into the dark, with several of these glass globes on it.
Well, that looks downright precarious. I mean, that's probably pretty easy for you to just get down there and grab it real quick, right?
She looks to it now. She says, I don't know. This requires my attention. It must be fixed, or whatever we do down there will not matter. Better, perhaps, for you to go and see what has disturbed it while I work on repairing the destruction here.
And there's nothing we can do to help
I knew you
you
were gonna say
here?
She looks at you, and she sort of evaluates you, and she says, "No, not for some time, I don't think." You begin to see again some of the magic, the blue light within her own hands and fingers as she reaches out and, concentrating, is able to stop the compass from swirling. It is still rapidly spinning, but she can keep at least its orbit in place. You see her sort of reach around, and she's slowly using her magic to try to summon back some of these pieces. She even can open the back of this sort of semi-mechanical piece, and you can already see she is doing fairly complex muttering incantations as she tries to begin to repair this.
Okay.
So getting down to this thing, does it look like you just jump off into it? Or like, is there like a walkway? I don't know if I completely...
So the walkway of spiral ramp continues down there. You can continue to walk along the ramp. Swimming down is up to you,
Oh.
if you would rather do that.
Okay, before we go, what does the core look like, and what should we do when we get there?
Says, well, it controls the magnetism of Tiver, of course. I don't know what Florus has done to disrupt it, but something is blocking the connection, and I cannot get the beacon to work unless it has been removed.
So can I ask one more question about this? I mean, it's not that we're not going to go down here and see what's going on with the core and try to get that straightened out and everything. But So you said that you couldn't feel your people's vibrations. If this does get fixed, where are they going to be returning from if you don't think they're already here in this world?
I think I cannot feel them because they have descended farther than my senses will reach. But it is dangerous down there.
Where we're going, you're saying?
Perhaps.
Of course it is, but that's
I
okay.
don't know where they are. I hope this will call them back to me, where I can protect them again.
And
So- So we're new here. We know nothing about your world. Is there anything you can tell us about it?
He says, I'm afraid I know little about it myself. It has been so long.
So we really don't know what's down there right now. Or could still be down there.
The core has always worked for me before. All I know is that I need the connection.
And assuming that it's at least in the same spot it was, how long is it going to take us to get there?
How fast do you travel?
Well, like this, okay. But I mean, if we got to go faster, I can...
40 feet speed.
For 6 seconds. She says it will probably take you several cycles.
Well,
So we all should go, right?
no
Obviously,
time
right?
like the present. Let's
Okay,
get on down there.
right. I have an idea.
Yes.
Maybe when we get down there, I mean, Silas, you said you weren't able to like probe her mind, but can you send her messages, like, or not at all?
I can send her, 100 or so feet, probably, like, as long as I know where she roughly is. But I have a real feeling, as dark as that is down there, and we're not seeing anything about a core from where we are, that I'm not going to be able to see her or know where she is when we get down there.
It is unlikely. She looks to all of you. She says, I know you are as anxious to learn about Julian's fate as I am. A little bit of, if she could cry underwater, a little bit of rimming on her eyes. She says, this could help me locate him. And perhaps we could help, perhaps he could help you find what you are looking for.
How truthful does she seem there?
Give me an insight.
14.
14. You believe that fixing this will allow her to sense him if he's here. She continues as she sort of looks each of you over. She says, I don't know why you followed me here. I'm glad that you did. She looks up back towards the surface. She says, you can go back anytime. I will happily open a portal for you if that's what you prefer. And I feel I should let you know. Tiver is a special place. The mist holds the spirits of those we have lost. If we wish to speak with them, that is where they might hear us. And if you are lucky, they may even answer.
Well, I don't know about everybody else. I am interested and concerned about Julian, but we were sent on this by someone. Someone orchestrated the whole thing that's happened for the last 15 days. I don't know why. So I want to find out who and why. And I think at this point, helping you fix this world and maybe figuring out what's going on with the others is the best way possible.
Wait a minute, is this the underworld? Are you saying this is the underworld?
We
Silas.
are under a world.
No. Like, so you spent time on Éarte. Are you familiar with, like Hela and, Hades?
This is Tiver.
Silas thinks we're dead.
Like, did you like read books or something while you, like, what I'm saying is, like, did you hear stories about a place where the spirits of the dead are collected?
Oh, there are many stories from your world that I love.
Silas,
Is this the underworld then? Like, is that what you're trying to tell us?
She's confused by your question.
Oh my gosh.
He says
Silas,
yes, there is the mist may allow you to speak to those that you have lost.
Like people we've lost, like on
Yes.
Éarte.
Yes.
Really?
People
Oh.
that have been lost anywhere on any of these worlds.
Right.
Whether they respond, I cannot say, but they will be able to hear you.
Oh, and we just have to fix this compass, and we can do that?
You can do that now.
Speak
just
to
taking-
people?
Climb the stairs to the mist, and the mist will do the rest. So it is down to the core, or it is up
Backwards.
to the conversation.
well, the mist isn't going anywhere, right? Like that's normal. So if we go down and fix the core, it's not like we're losing the opportunity to go talk to people who've been dead.
Wait, is the
Unless
mist somewhere
something
that we're
gets us-
not right now?
So you have
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mist
gone
is above
down
us.
in the pool.
Yeah.
So it would be going back up into the main room where there was the stair leading upwards.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Remember
handle
when I
this core.
named my character Catabasis?
Yeah. Let's go see what's going on with this core. I'm sure that it's like something terrible because that's just what always happens with us. But I mean, we just
No.
like
You're supposed to be
annihilated some
inspirational.
fireball.
Question.
Like we annihilated a fireball. I'm sure we can handle whatever's down there.
If would the mists would have the spirits of those who are lost from your
You-
world?
She says, you can communicate with spirits lost from anyone through the mist.
The mist is a conduit, not a.
It's a conduit.
Okay.
I do not claim to believe that they exist within the mist, but it does allow us to speak to them. You have similar processes in your world. I believe they're seances, mediums.
Like mediums. Yeah.
They can speak to lost spirits, lost souls, and if you are lucky, they may respond. It is something of that matter.
I ran a con like that one time, and made out like a genuine bandit. And like seriously, like years later, they made it like pretty much into a television show. Like I was like really upset, and I'm like, The Mentalist, what is this? You know, and it's like I was doing that before that was cool.
They'd been running that since before Houdini. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Well, okay, we're just gonna throw caution to the wind and take the stairs or swim down and figure out how to fix something we've never seen in our lives. I think we can do it.
Let's go fix it because she just said it's like blocking stuff. So I'm sure just be putting like a washcloth. I have a lot of towels in my bag still. So like, put it in the catch or something, and then keep turning the faucet on and off, and it's just gonna unblock.
Hopefully all your towels aren't completely soaked, but even if we can't fix it, maybe we can at least find out what's wrong with it and come back and get more information or have more information to give to Ivy. So
And since we can trust her, we're good. Right, Robin?
Robin is actually not paying attention.
Oh.
I had a
She-
feeling.
She's just kind of looking up with her back's kind of slightly turned. And what? Sorry, my hearing aid. What was that?
Let's just go down and fix the problem real quick, and then we'll go talk to anyone that we want to talk to. Does that sound like a plan?
Oh, yes, the core. I mean, if it's in pieces, I once won a speed puzzle tournament. I can put anything together quite quickly. So why don't we just go down there? And if it's like a jigsaw puzzle, I'll have it together in no time.
More mirror shards.
Oh, no.
except now it's a 3D object because
It's a
it's,
mirror
a circle.
cube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ivy clarifies by saying, "This is broken up here. She will fix it. She just needs you to remove the obstruction." down below.
Sit off.
So the instruction's going to be like some kind of sea serpent or just some horrible nightmare.
She just needs whatever is blocking the magnetism, disrupting the magnetism to be removed, so that once she fixes the compass here, she can then send out a beacon.
And we have all
right,
the
let's do
tools.
it.
You guys, we've fought, big monsters and creatures and otherworldly things while we've been down here. We can handle whatever's standing in front of this thing.
Right.
Yep, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Are you walking? Are you jumping?
Silas
Are
is
you
flying like,
Silas
through the
is
water.
flying.
Like, he's
Robin?
just
Just
gonna-
straight
You're
down.
gonna go straight down.
That's it.
Robin's good
Yeah,
to
let's-
like.
let's
I mean,
just
I'm going to
film.
stay close enough to them, but
Yeah.
like Silas has gotten to a point where it's like he's trying not to waste physical motion as much as possible, and so he's just like literally like he'll stay with them, and he keeps chattering and talking because he's actually fairly scared of going into a super dark place like this. But like, but so he keeps talking to keep himself, not as nervous. But he's just going to kind of float at the same rate that they're going.
If
You know what I keep thinking this is like? When you see like, I don't know, on YouTube, you see those people who are they're deep dive trainers, and it's like those big pools that just go straight down into darkness. That's why I keep going.
Yep.
Because I keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That is what
feels
it
like.
is. But there's this, almost like a jet stream, riptide that circles around of these planet globes on this ramp that can. So you can walk, you can swim, you can sink. It is up to you.
Do the planet globes resemble planets we know?
They not in a sort of detailed way. I mean, more in just an abstract, the way that planets circle on an orbit. It has that. If you were looking at it from the top down, it would have that kind of planetary orbiting.
But I'm just
but
wondering
there's
if
not
the
specifically like
globes are
yeah.
like. Do they look like Earth and
not in that
Mars
way?
and-
No, not specifically features like that. They're
Do
they're
they-
much more like greenhouses. They have kind of that royal, palatial, beautiful glass with leaded feel to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get to do they look like a different galaxy? Do they look like did someone construct stained glass orbs of
Another solar
to
system.
Another solar
suggest a different
Again, not specifically. It does aesthetically suggest things like
Okay.
that, but no, there's no sort of inherent logic that you can sense in that regard. These are beautiful ornaments, Christmas tree ornament kind of feel to them.
As we're going down, Robin is just talking a lot. She's kind of just like, oh, well, if there's an obstruction, well, once I did log tossing in Scotland, so it should be, I just, you lift with legs.
saber toss.
And yeah, and she's just like, oh, and then back in my day, and like, it's more than usual. Like she's just
Right.
Maeve's gonna go over and just put a hand on her shoulder.
Are you walking or are you sinking? I haven't heard this.
We're all thinking.
Yeah,
We're all
we're
sinking?
Co-hosts. I
Okay.
Alicia, we're calling
Yeah,
Faye.
yeah.
If that's I
Yeah.
want to honor this moment as you jump off the plank here. So Silas flies down a little bit ahead. The rest of you step off the edge of the ramp and just begin to float down. You sink essentially your speed. And as you do, and you look up and you see Ivy watching you go as she peers over the edge, her long whitish blonde strands flying above. You just see the sort of white misty sky way above, letting some light sink through as she watches you go, and you just see her shooting more of this blue light from her fingers and muttering as she attempts to repair the compass ahead of her, and you turn your attention below. All right, go ahead. You put your hand on her shoulder.
I want to go over and
Maeve?
just sort of put my hand on Robin's shoulder.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was I talking too much? I get that way sometimes, and she's like kind of biting her nails a little bit.
You okay, Miss Robin?
I'm
given.
peachy keen. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Pivum.
Bibham's there. He's
Oh.
hi guys. Oh, this is almost as good as a shower.
I wonder what'll
Getting all
happen when we
clean.
when we leave the pool. Are we gonna be wet?
Something tells me no.
As Pivum floats down, as you say that, you see him just da, 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 singing a little song and scrubbing around, trying to, he pulls his shirt off, up to sort of let the water get underneath there and clean him off a little, doing little bits of strokes as he pulls himself deeper.
There's something comforting about the fact that he's not scared.
He's not scared. He does not seem
well.
scared at all. He's just loving the environment. This is cool.
If it helps with Fairuza, at least, Neb is not scared at all either.
Yeah.
Or she is more fascinated and excited and curious that if there is any fear, it's well buried.
Right.
Silas's fear, I want to clarify in his head, the fear is just the dark. Like he would actually just like rather face some demon down at the bottom of this, like, and he's not scared of that. He is scared of the dark. Like,
But we
straight
have
up
lights
scared
all
of
the way
it.
down, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why he
globes
bathes
are lit,
in light
yes.
all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, but still, like that dark down there is
That's
like he
it.
doesn't know if that's going to be lit up,
Yes.
and he's scared.
Yeah.
That's it.
So-
For Fairuza, it's the unknown.
Yeah.
It's just unknown.
As you continue to sink and you pass by, and these globes are, up here, this is still a really wide track that you're sinking down the sort of the center of. The globes far off, you can see they're different colors. One of the closer ones that's large seems to, through the glass, you can just make out what seem to be trees. Just, enormous growth of leaves and algae or whatever it is in there, some sort of weird forest within the globe. Another one is flickering light. Almost like mosquitoes in a trap. Each of these globes seem to have, some of them are multiple globes, 3 in a row, like pearls on a string. Some of them in different colors, some of them all different sizes. And they all sort of live on this track as you sink deeper and deeper. All of you, as you have been sinking now for at least 10 minutes, now you feel some currents push you around a little bit.
Okay.
Don't try to fight it. It's the worst thing you can do when you're in Riptide.
It's like a
Is it still-
whirlpool, like a circle.
It feels like something like the water itself is trying to grab at your feet or your
Ooh.
hands or your head. It just suddenly kind of gets pulled a little bit as you resist. Like a sudden gust of wind, a sudden current that sort of grabs at you a little bit.
Are we still in a place in where there's plenty of other fish and life around?
There is less life here as you are sinking down. Most of the sort of activity was higher up. It is darker here. The light from the surface is pretty much, just that circle of light pinpointed way far away. Here, it's the glow of whatever globes are nearby that seem to be giving just a very sort of gentle light. In fact, Robin and Neb, as you float and feel this little sort of tug at your leg, you'd have sworn in the swirl of water in front of you, you saw some kind of a face.
Hey, Neb.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Ivy said that her subjects came in many different forms? They take many different forms. Just food for thought, Anybody else see that?
See what?
See what?
All right.
Every time I thought it was just the current, but I wonder if there's someone. Is there someone there?
As you're
Hello?
speaking, Neb, you feel something grab your leg and jolt you down about 5 feet before you stop. All of you seem to have seen some kind of a hand practically made of water in the water pull her with a tremendous force in that direction.
Hey.
Go ahead.
That's not nice. Hey, stop.
As
I
you do,
agree.
you also
Ow.
feel your arm get pulled by whatever this little riptide is as you are spun around. And indeed, now there is a face in the current of the water, and you can see several other current of these sorts of faces and water begin to swirl around you. Everyone, please roll initiative.
Oh my gosh.
No
what?
way.
Oh my god.
Deb lied to
What?
us.
You went faster than I anticipated.
Okay. Like what?
We didn't even get a short
That's
rest in,
never
did
been
we?
said.
No, I was
No.
like, they're not resting. They're just jumping. Okay, here we
No
go.
rest.
Let's do it. I got to get my book out. I thought we
Yeah.
were getting a short rest. But
You know.
oh boy, I didn't even prepare this myself.
There was curiosity in whale song, and so there we
There
go.
was. Okay, let's start with Neb.
12.
A 12 for Neb. And Robin.
23.
23 for
Nice.
Robin. And Fairuza.
15.
15 for Fairuza. And Maeve.
Also 23.
23 for Maeve. You guys can duke it out.
Dare you.
Silas.
Cinco.
5 for Silas. And on Pivum, where did I put him? Right, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, that was a 6 if it matters.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
I rolled a 2 and not a 1, so I wanted to clarify that.
I'll move you up 1 there. That'll work. Okay, great. All right, we have Robin and Maeve. You guys are up first. Whoever's Dexy, I mean, that could be probably you, Maeve, but you are also welcome to take that in any order you want.
Since Robin saw them first,
Cool.
I'll say
Go for it,
go
Robin.
ahead.
Okay. Robin doesn't quite want to attack yet. She doesn't know if these are subjects that, Ivy would be mad if we attacked or anything. So
Right.
Robin, knowing that we're not really seeing them very well, and
Mhm.
she's just gonna try to cast see invisibility and see if that
Okay.
helps.
Okay. I don't believe it will do anything for you.
Okay.
That which will reveal to you, I suppose, that
Yeah.
this is a more natural camouflage that is occurring.
That's what I
This is-
figured.
Yes. So that is information learned on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah, Robin will just say, keep your eyes peeled. They seem to be made of water, so just be sharp. And she's not gonna do anything else for her turn. She doesn't
Okay.
really want to
They're
attack.
sort of circling around the group, very, very hard to see, other than they're just a different, current of water within the rest of the still water around. Maeve.
I will start with are you trying to hit me? And I will create some duplicates.
Okay.
And then I will go ahead. Is there any place nearby that I can hide here?
Not nearby.
Not really.
You are in the middle of open water, other than the ramp and the globes, which are, 400 feet away from you.
Then I will I will go ahead and dodge.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. If that's the end of your turn.
Yes, hang on. Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Sure.
Actually, just I'm gonna not dodge. Sorry,
Okay.
disengage, and I will swim up just a smidge.
Okay. Getting a little higher advantage there.
A
All right.
little movement. Yeah.
You stop your downward motion and instead kind of move yourself upwards a bit. This is almost as if we had a play mat that was sort of vertical. You'll be moving like this along your your movement. As you do that and kind of stop yourself and move yourself backwards, looking down, you can start to see this swirl as it begins to get closer. And it swirls around Robin, getting closer to her one particular one. As it does, 18 to hit Robin.
Yeah.
It does grab onto her ankle and yank her. As it does, you are going to take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
As it pulls the socket of your leg out of the other, and you just feel the pain.
Oh,
of
my
that.
hip.
Yeah, your hip. Yeah, it's like a great chiropractic adjustment, except causes damage.
It's like Mr. Incredible. It's like,
Wow.
Now you're right, Miss Robin. You're gonna be good.
As it yanks you in that direction, and this little damage that it does, you can see again the form of a face within the current as it begins to sort of swirl around you. It is going to do this again. Oof, that is a 19 to hit.
Silvery barbs.
I reroll.
Yep.
That is a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, so as it grabbed the one leg, you then see the sort of swirl of water as it tries to grab the other leg, but you're able to pull it back using your magic as it just sort of closes around. You see little bubbles as it just misses. Another one comes forward, this time moving towards Silas. Silas. Ooh, or
What's that?
this one moves right up close to you as it comes right in front of your face, and you can see the sort of circles and the swirls right in front of your face. Please make a strength saving throw.
Ooh, nice. That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. All right. All right. You could feel this thing. It almost as if it has, like I said before, water seems to be moving through you rather than you displacing it. It's almost as if this whatever this is almost sort of entered your cells and was trying to just overwhelm you and drag you away with it, your life force. But as it tries to do that, you push back out with all of the strength of your own musculature that still exists, keeping it from sort of entering in and taking over your cells. Fairuza, you are next.
All right. So when they were like swimming down, one thing Fairuza kept doing was like looking upward, because there was a part of her that just thought that as soon as they got low enough that Ivy was going to plug them up down there or something. Like she was just slightly sort of like, there's a little bit of a,
Yes.
okay, I guess everything's fine. But as these things start swirling around her, she instinctively, of course, grabs her axe, and she's like, whoa, wait a minute. I literally have an axe here. What are you doing? Who is this? And she sort of, in her head, she realizes how ridiculous that is, because it's water. What is an axe going to do? But she's sort of looking around, and spinning around, aimlessly, trying to, figure out what direction, I guess, the thing that's grabbing her, so she can attempt to attack where it's coming from.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just sort of hidden within the water. There are absolutely, you can see the changes in current and are able to tell where one is. So yeah, go ahead. Do you want to attack one of the ones that's attacking Robin, the one that's attacking Silas, or just one of the other swirls in this area?
Whichever one, that she can...
How many do we think we see, approximately?
Oh.
That might require perception.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, which one can I see the most?
Probably either of the ones that are currently pestering Robin and Silas. Yeah. They seem to have broken away from the kind of swirling pack of tide of current, and have made themselves more individual. Okay,
so she's immediately just gonna go, and that's because she's figured out how to rage immediately. So she immediately goes into rage mode and just, gets her axe and throws it. Okay, let's see here. 14.
A 14 to hit? Will hit.
Okay, that is, 7, 8, 9 damage.
Okay.
And then as she throws it, it's back in her hand again. She's gonna throw it again. Same one. This one hits. This is a 22. Dirty 20. So this is 70. 9 again.
9 again on this one. Okay. All right. Anything else?
She's gonna move. She's moving. She's gonna move. Use her movements to get closer to Robin. Where the thing is.
You're moving over there. All right. As you move, another one runs up behind you and begins to try to slam into you. Oh, these are terrible rolls. That's a no and a no. That's 2 misses. As it attempts to, and you're sort of swimming forward. Just whatever your sort of natural toughness is.
Danger sense.
Yeah, it bangs, tries to bang into you, but you are strong enough, tough enough to avoid the hit as this current of water tries to grab you. All right, moving down to Neb.
How close are my friends as well as at least the creatures that I can see? Like, is everybody within like 5-10 feet?
I would say you're all in a fairly close clump. That seemed to be what you wanted. You didn't want to get a lot of distance from each other.
That is true. Okay, so and is there the one that grabbed my leg and yanked me?
Yes.
Do I still see it?
No, that one seems to be more part of the swirling mass that's kind of circling the party.
Okay. I'm going to eye the mass, and you'll see her say, why doesn't anybody ever want to just talk to us first? And as she says first, the water ripples around her 10 feet out.
Yes.
As I'm going to be really upset at all these creatures. So that was my bonus action. Until the start of my next turn, I and my allies have advantage on attack rolls against the enemies that could hear me.
Oh, okay.
Within 10
That's a good one.
Hear you.
I like that one.
Yep.
Whoa. All right. So you all have advantage on all of your attacks. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah.
That's
Until the end of
awesome.
my next turn, everybody has advantage on any of the creatures that are within 10 feet of me that could hear me.
Incredible. All right.
And then
Go ahead.
that was my bonus action. As an action, I'm still eyeing the mass that's floating around. And I'm gonna say, because if you just wanted to talk with us, then I wouldn't have to be doing this. And I need it to make a Constitution saving throw.
One of them? You're focusing on one?
She's directing it at the mass.
Okay.
So I guess one of them actually.
Is it area or is it a single person?
You invoke both death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range.
All right, I'm gonna give you 3 of them. We'll go with that in that little mass over
So
there.
I need 3 Constitution saving throws.
Constitution saving throws. All right, I have a 16, a 15, and a 14.
The 14 fails.
Okay.
The 15 and the 16 pass.
Okay.
Okay, so the one that failed is going to take 8 necrotic damage.
Woo.
The ones that succeed take half.
Okay.
You can spend what and then I'm going to feel that, like, grab onto something in the water and just pull on it, and I'm gonna get a little bit of health back.
Ooh.
Because I'm still burnt, and the water helped a little bit, but I wasn't thinking about the burns until just now. And that will be my turn.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna roll a hit dice.
Neb, sorry. I was going to
That's
say, for my silvery barbs, Neb, I'm going to give you my advantage for an ability check or anything that might come up.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
awesome. Pivim is going to kind of take your lead, Neb, and he's going to kind of swim up in front of you and go and as he does, this force sweeps out. You can all see he's making his own kind of wave of riptide towards this clump that has been circling you all, and they are all going to make more Constitution saving throws.
Excellent.
2 fails and a save from him. Let's roll some damage from dear old Pivim. 15 18 damage on the saves, on the not save, and that'll be 8 on the save. Oh, that one's he's over here. Okay. Okay, and they are pushed 10 feet farther away from the group as that happens. Pivim turns around to you, Neb, and holds up a hand for a high,
Absolutely. I
Which
do
he
not leave him
learned.
hanging.
which he learned from other friends. All right. However, one of the ones that was there, whatever his speed. Ooh, yeah, they move fast. Flies back in towards Pivim. 2 solid hits on that. Ooh, yuck.
Oh.
That's not a good face to see on a DM.
No.
30 points.
Oh,
Is that over his?
yikes!
Was that over his full?
Not quite. Pivim's holding on.
Is he still conscious?
He's still conscious, but you just saw, I mean, Pivim got pulled in one direction and the other as if he were dragged, through the water like like the beginning of Jaws, right? He's just back and forth, and just as he starts to scream, and you can practically hear his bones break with the force of these slams. Oh dear. That was bad. All right, that's turn. We have another one. This one is gonna rise up here on Maeve, sliding in with 2 hits. Oh, these are low. You guys are getting my low ones here. All right, that is an 11, and okay, this will probably 23.
First one will miss. Second one will hit my first duplicate.
Your duplicate. Okay, so the first duplicate winks out of existence as it sort of slides past you, missing you, but taking out almost as if the image of it sort of dissipates into the water around you, disappearing. Silas, your turn.
I'm gonna. So there's one that is around Pivim right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, one around Pivim that's just thrashed him back and
But
forth.
then Pivim has moved 2 more 10-ish feet away. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to position myself close to Pivim.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to be in a place where I can get at least those other 2 I'm looking at a 30-foot cone.
Yes.
And I want to get at least those 2 that he had initially pushed away, but then also the one that is next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can get lucky enough to position in a way to get any others, I'm trying to get as many as I can in a 30-foot cone without
Gotcha.
hitting anyone.
So I'll allow it that you can kind of move so that you're next to Pivim. You can kind of get the one in front of him, and then try to again grab the at least 1 or 2 that are kind of on that other side. So we'll give you 3.
Okay, got it. So I am first as I move to Pivim, and I'm just muttering to myself. I'm like, if I do this to try to heal him, I don't maybe it's better to just kill him first, and I'm literally talking out loud, as I'm doing that. And so then as I rush forward toward him, I actually, as I am winding up a punch, I'm actually just going to say, all right, come on, Pivim, it's time. You need to turn into a giant pink shark or something. And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, saying that give Pivim inspiration.
Hey.
So in the next hour, he can roll a D8 anytime he needs to, including on saving throws.
Cool.
But then part of that bonus action, I also get to try to land a punch.
Awesome.
So I'm going to follow through with that first on the one that's next to Pivim.
Okay.
And that's a 15.
15 to hit will hit.
Okay, and that is it's going to be let's see, that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage, but it is magical.
It is okay.
And then after that was all bonus action.
Yeah.
And then I am going to put both hands to my temples, and you see my eye just really illuminate the place for just a second, and then you see the water just like pulse out in front of Silas as he just slams telekinetic energy in that direction. They need to make Constitution saving throws, the 3 of them.
Okay. Versus what?
It is going to be a 16.
Okay. The first 2 succeed. This third one fails.
Okay. So then the one, let's see. Let me roll these more than one at a time, because that's going to take forever.
I know.
So the one that failed is going to take 24 points of force damage. The ones that failed, 12 points.
Okay.
And the one that failed, I am actually going to continue to push it. Let me see how far. It'll be. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. It'll be 15 feet away.
Okay.
15 more feet.
The one
away.
that failed goes 15
Yes.
more feet. Okay. So yes. So you get sort of behind Pivum and throw this punch around as you feel it connect because of all of that magical energy behind it. And then as the energy ricochets out from your light, you can see that all of them are kind of illuminated by it. And the one that failed, just again, almost like I'm trying to think, like you're creating your own jet stream of water. You just kind of push it and it cycles circling back further away. This is the one that was already still pretty far away. It is now another 15 feet. So we're looking at 25 feet away now. It has been moved.
Got it.
Anything else?
That's it. I'll stay there beside Pit. I'll actually impose myself as much as I can. I understand, like with movement and threatening or whatever, but the concept is Silas is trying to get between Pivum and
the thing. Okay, so there is another one that's on you. Technically, because of the clump that you're in, I'm not doing op attacks with this because you're all kind of maneuvering around each other.
Silas did the taekwondo, so
Yes.
he's like trying to turn shoulders to where he's like pairing them up with his shoulders.
You're all just kind of moving around each other. You're in a clump of fighting here. This one that got furthest pushed away has not yet taken its turn. You can see it sort of skid almost to a stop from that push, and it does a little kind of whirl, and it rockets itself towards you, Silas. This is a new guy. Silas, please make a strength saving throw.
That one is a 17.
A 17. All right. Again, you feel as if it's trying to enter the cells of your body to basically sort of grab onto your every piece of your fabric of who you are. But you just grit those muscles, and it seems to sort of be forced back out, having made no impact. Dropping dice.
Oh, floor dice. No.
Oh, floor dice. No. All right. We are back up to Robin.
So I have one that I'm engaged with, correct?
You have one that you are engaged with. Yes.
Okay. Robin's just going to call out to everyone. I know what's about to happen to me. Just worry about Pivum. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go fighting. And she's going to hold out her finger and firebolt this creature.
Whoa, okay, go ahead.
And you do have advantage.
Oh, I do. Okay, I think I get a 16.
Oh, I would have too on that punch, right?
Yeah, you hit anyways, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, could have been a 20.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay?
I forgot.
I also got distracted. I did the thing, and then
my
everybody's
issue.
been rolling. Do a saving throw. Do a saving throw.
Me too.
22 to hit.
22 will absolutely hit the one that you're engaged with.
And come on, give me something good. No! The two lowest rolls ever. 5 points of fire damage.
Fire damage. All right. Let me double check this. Okay, cool. 5 points of fire damage. It absolutely sort of lights it up, and you even see like almost it's like a little mist or something is made in the little air bubble created by your firebolt, which then gets immediately subsumed there. But for that little bit, you've sort of evaporated a small piece of it. Is that all you want to do?
And then as a bonus action, she's just gonna poof out of existence and 30 feet in some sort of away from this clump.
Okay. Do you want to go sideways, up, down?
I want to go down.
Down 30 feet.
Might be more of them. I'm gonna go up.
Up 30 feet.
Yep.
All right. Robin disappears and appears 30 feet above you. She's completely blocking.
Is she over by me now?
Are you? I mean, you were.
Because I had swum up.
So
Okay.
so she's probably up by you. The two of you up there completely block the little tiny pinpoint of light that was coming through that pool far, far away now. Anything else,
That's it.
Robin? All right, Maeve, your turn. She just appeared next to you.
All right, well that's wonderful because I can use that to my advantage as I warn this creature that's on me to stay put.
Okay.
So I will attack using my letter opener. Thank you for the advantage. So that's a 23 to hit.
Oof, that'll hit, absolutely.
And that's going to be this, plus this, plus this. This. And then that's another D8. 18, 19, 20, 22 points of damage.
Woo!
With the blade, and it is wreathed in that potential energy if it decides to move, and then I am going to swim up again out of its way, and it doesn't get appetite.
Doesn't get-
because
Fantastic. Yeah.
I attacked it.
Fantastic. So yeah, your letter opener comes out, and again you can see it slicing through water, which is such a strange thing, but it's almost as if it's that sharp that you're able to sort of dismember a piece of it that disappears, absorbing into the rest of the water, as you then sort of again swim your way up away from it, but easily. This is nothing like swimming underwater before. This is just almost as if you're floating in air. Anything else, Maeve?
That's it for this time.
All right. The one on Robin. Well,
it's not on her anymore, right? Because she...
Oh, that's right. It's down there. So the one that was on you, and you did 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
But it can go more than that. Is going to follow you. It's going to even have enough to go around the clump and not worry about any of that. It is going to swim towards you like a speeding bullet, so fast. It almost, you can see it compress itself into a tiny little stream as it zoom, 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 right towards you, and you feel it begin to try to enter your cells. Please make a strength saving throw.
Do I get advantage on that? Lauren?
No, because the thing that I gave was advantage on attack rolls. However, I am going to Miss Robin, don't be talking about things like that. And you are going to feel slightly inspired by those words, or maybe like you were given a little bit of help in this moment. So you can roll a d6 and add that to the saving throw.
I shall roll the d6 for sure. Give me 6. 16.
16? You make it.
Oh my gosh.
As you begin to feel it try to enter into your cells, you just grit on. You hear Neb's, words, and it strengthens you, and you just, you're able to maintain your own boundary between this water thing and yourself. That is its turn. All right, I've got one of the ones on Silas. It's gonna try for 2 of these. That is a 17 and a 19 to hit you.
I am The 17 misses. As the other one almost hits, I'm going to just wave my hand, and telekinetic energy is going to stop that from hitting.
All right. It's almost like it's just swirling around you as it tries, and you're dodging as this energy of water. Again, it just, if anyone were to look at you, it would just be sort of bubbles and currents surrounding you as you avoid it. That was its turn. Fairuza. Oh, you're muted.
I was laughing and I didn't want to be disruptive to the flow of the game. You guys make me laugh. Okay, so Fairuza's now she has moved over to where Robin was, where Robin took off, and so the thing took off like basically after her.
Yes, you have one on you too. Again, no op attack because you're in the clump.
Okay. So the one that's absently, Fairuza notices that like her bag, there's something in her messenger bag that's slung around her desk. She noticed there's like a stirring in that messenger bag, like absently, but she just forgets it because she's surrounded by water creatures. She's going to reach for her axe, look at it, and go, "You can do this again, do it again." Throws it up in the air, cracks it in half, like intimidatingly toward the monsters.
Yes.
Two.
So you don't throw it up in the air, you throw it up in the water, but it moves through it as though it is air. Again, just little bubbles and things and swirling around it as it comes back down in two pieces, almost floating into your hands as you close your knuckles around the hilt.
And one is lightning, and one she's like, "Let's try something different."
Yes.
Fire. And go the gavel.
Nice.
I forgot she has elemental cleaver. So she's going to 1, 2. Yes. After the monster. Okay, we got those twice. Yeah. One. That will be, the first one's advantage or the second one? Just the first one.
They're all advantaged.
All of them are advantaged.
Oh, forget it. I love you, Neb. Okay, so that's 24
I'm here
to
to
hit.
help.
Woo, that'll hit. Absolutely.
Okay, the first one's going to be
The lightning.
or 15 for the first one. 15
15.
plus, because I use elemental cleaver, I get 1d6, so it's 15 plus a d6, so 20 dirty.
Woo.
That's
Wow.
20 points of damage.
Right,
I
20
mean.
points of damage.
Yep. The second one
Uh-huh.
is going to be natural 20.
Whoa!
Yes.
Shouldn't even need the whatever for that one. Let's see.
I'm so
and
glad I got you get that gift of that weighted die.
A weighted digital die.
Yes, the weighted digital dice.
I called him
really
up
got
and I
that.
said, "Hey, for old time's sake,
They're nice, right? The dice are nice.
hook my
I just need
girl
a
up."
favor.
Yeah. Come on. I got this
I like this
mean
sounding.
DM, and
Yeah.
she's not there.
Okay, it's also going to be 14 plus 2 plus 3, 17 points of damage.
That'll hit. Oh, well, that's the damage. So
Yeah.
it's 17 damage?
Yeah.
You doubled it and did everything
Oh, I
for your
didn't
critical
double.
hit? So
that means it's
17,
18 times-
34,
Oh my god.
right?
It's like a toilet flushing. That's what noise it makes when the water goes away.
So on this one swirl of water surrounding you, you just, you throw this, it's, they float back into your hands. Your lightning axe just slices right through it. If it could, in the bubbles, you'd hear a little as you slice through it, then the gavel
That's horrible.
comes down. As this one, again, it's the gavel, almost as if you were hitting into a puddle. It seems to sort of flatten it and spread it out to the sides. Again, it's all in water, but it's as if this water has a little oil in it or something that gives it just a slightly different density, so you can see it within the mix of this other water. Anything else, Fairuza?
No, I just want to say, when the gavel goes down, she definitely says, "Order!"
All right. So this creature that you have just ordered into submission here is so angry at you, and you're right there, and it's its turn. So it is going to slam back with terrible numbers. Why don't I get advantage? Those are both.
Hey, check your
Ned.
PO box.
I mean, Pivum gets advantage, so in a way, you do get
Oh my
advantage.
Neb, you didn't want to advantage my monsters? Come on.
I was like, why am I getting
No, they didn't want to talk to me, and so they don't get advantage.
All right. Well, they both of their attacks miss. So yes, Fairuza, it is so demoralized by your attack that this water creature just can't get it together. It just goes poof. Just pouts.
We see into the
Pouts
water
in
mouth
front of you.
like this.
Yeah, the water mouth is flips upside down as it is unable to make any dent in your prowess here. All right, Neb, it is your turn.
Real quick, what I'm picturing is it's like me and maybe like there's now 2 clumps of us, if I'm picturing it right.
So there's the clump above with Robin and Maeve, and then a clump below that is you, Silas, Fairuza. There are 2 up there with Robin and Maeve. Down here, you've gotten 4 separate kind of individual attacks.
Okay, I'm going to do it that way. Neb's gonna pull out her rock and just kind of hold it in the palm of her hand, and almost like weirdly it starts to float, and as it's floating in the air, the swirls around it that usually look like the purples and blues of space they don't just go up, they kind of come out in a interesting circular pattern, and I'm gonna place it right next to Silas and I and Pivum and Fairuza. And so what that is so it's like essentially 5 feet away. If you take 5 feet of movement and move into its space, you'll get a d6 of hit points back at the start of your turn. And I get one of those because there's a lot of these things, and Neb is like, we all took a pretty bad hit. So that's gonna stay there, and while she's like squinting at it, concentrating on it, her grin is gonna get wider and her teeth are gonna get sharper and her face elongates as she is going to turn into a shark.
Woo!
Yes!
Woohoo, Neb Shark.
Yeah, I'm gonna become a shark.
Nebby shark.
Back. It's back. The reef shark. And then is there anyone in and around? I know I can't attack this turn, but I want to get within melee distance of something.
Oh yeah, they're all in melee distance of you.
Okay.
Not moving,
Then
you are there. You
all
are
right.
in it.
Then I will just stay there and big wide toothy shark grin at something and chonk 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 chonk. That's my turn.
It is now Pivum's turn. Pivum, having heard Silas's suggestion and seen what you did, he gives one weak as he moves into the aura of your thing. He gets what, a d6, you said?
A d6.
Sorry.
Of
the
health.
healing. Yeah.
The healing, yes, the healing.
D8 on the inspiration.
I rolled a 1, so
Oh.
he heals
Oh, no.
1 point. But
Ugh.
he then also poof into a fancy little reef shark.
Nice. Shark pack. Yes.
But is it pink? Is it pink?
I was just gonna say, normally, the reef sharks have the little like tips of black, just for fun and flavor, because it makes no difference. Yes, his has little pink tips.
Yay!
He's a pink tipped shark.
Way to go, Crash.
Crash also still has an action. So Crash is going to use his pack tactics with his reef shark buddy over there and go ahead and take an advantage attack on one of these things. There we go. That's an 18 to hit, which will. So I need one of these. Oh, thank goodness. We've got similar dice here. All right. Okay, so he does not make a big dent in it, and you all do sort of notice that as he bites down with his teeth into this area, it is almost like it moves around the teeth. So it takes a little bit of the damage, but not as much as he was hoping he would get with that enormous chomper there. But that will be his turn. At which point, the one that he is attempting to bite is going to. Has he done this? No. He's going to make a strength saving throw as this creature attempts to slide into his cells. And he can do this D8 from you on that.
On his saving throw, yes.
And sharks are pretty strong.
Sharks are pretty strong, but that was a very bad roll. So he's going to try and add this D8.
Come on, 8.
That's not good. He fails.
Come on, Crash.
He's had a bad round or two.
He's had a bad round or two. He's disadvantaged by my bad rolling here.
It's okay. He's got the HP of a shark.
He has the HP of the shark right now, which is okay.
It's better than the what he had before, probably. Especially for 1 health. Oh.
Okay. You all, or Neb and Silas and Fairuza, those of you who are close, you can see as it seems to sort of enter into his body, and even though he had been easily breathing the water around him, it's almost like it is starting to strangle, close tightly around his neck. You can even see the sort of bulging around his neck as he begins to have trouble breathing. It also begins to kind of squish him in that space.
No, he's little.
He's little. All right, that is pivot. That is its turn. This one is the one that was on Maeve, and if it moves, it has a problem. But Maeve moved up 10. Ooh, interesting. But Robin,
I moved up more than
Oh, you
10.
moved up. Okay, you
Yeah,
moved up more
I
than
had my whole movement.
Okay, you had a great.
Mhm.
So you went up 30 feet. So you're far out. But Robin is still there, I believe, within striking distance. And this
Sorry.
thing has not used its thing yet. Robin, it tries to enter your cells. Please make a strength saving throw.
No.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh shit. That's a natural one.
Oh no. We'll allow.
I don't even know how
We'll
to
allow the
even-
PG-13 right there for that reason.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
So we get
Very
6 of
appropriate.
them, 6 of them before we get the upgrade to
Yeah,
the.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it immediately becomes impossible to breathe as it begins to tighten down around your throat.
Well, it's really hard to breathe when you're unconscious and dead.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that'll do it as
I'm
well.
out.
She's
Oh,
out.
No. Oh
Um,
no.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Hold on. Keep my notes going here. Oh, this is perfect timing. You gotta love a story moment 10 minutes before the end here. All right. All right. That is its turn. Silas.
Good grief. Okay. Miss Robin's about 30 feet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Silas is like working this out faster than Adam probably is, because again,
Okay.
he's been like working on the Mind Palace thing,
Yeah.
of, like
Yeah.
turning this on and turning this off, and so he's trying to. Anytime he used to be on his old jobs, he would be like thinking through like what's the most efficient path, like what's going to be fastest to get out, or whatever. And so he's trying to like crunch that super fast in his head right now of like what is going to, be the best spending of his energy, right? And so
Right.
his what he comes up with there is he is going to just kind of keep floating where he is, but then you see his eye lights up like really, really bright, but then the other eye lights up temporarily.
Whoa.
And you see that it kind of like starts radiating out into this space, and then he just yells, "I've had enough of this!" And as he does, like everybody, everybody around, like that would be everybody in the party.
Okay. Except maybe
including-
Maeve. Maeve is about 60 feet away.
Oh, she's that far. So
I'm
no, not
up,
Maeve.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know she was that far. I was going
Yeah.
to float up a little bit, but if she's that far, I'm not doing that far.
Okay.
So everybody except for Maeve is going to, basically for the next minute, you are going to have advantage on wisdom saving throws. This probably isn't as helpful right now, but then death saving throws, you are going to have advantage on those.
Okay.
And then you're going to regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Okay.
Okay, so then Silas is going to use his bonus action to then say, "Miss Robin, come on, wake up, spit it out, spit it out." And as he says that, the healing energy comes there, and then the maximum that she would get there is going to be 13 hit points.
All right.
Nice.
So Robin wakes up. Okay.
Yeah.
She's still being strangled, but she's awake. All
I
right.
can't do much about the strangling right now, Miss Robin.
Anything else for you, Silas? Also,
Um,
next to you, Pivim is also being strangled, and Neb and Fairuza have. I mean, there's 4 of them on you guys.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Action
Great.
economy.
Action economy.
Nope. That was amazing.
One of the one that's on you slams into you twice with terrible rolls and misses. Good lord.
It's the only way we're gonna survive this.
We're gonna survive. It's my bad luck.
through their abject failure.
They're just unlucky today.
You know
Oh.
what? It's a win regardless.
It's a win.
A win is a win.
Take out the fireball, but the current.
We're like,
Man, watch out for the riptide.
It's always the unexpected encounter that gets
we're like,
you.
woo.
So we are back up to Robin. Immediately at the start of your turn, you're going to take 13 bludgeoning damage as it blazes down on your throat, and you, I
And
believe,
she's
drop
up.
unconscious
And
again.
she's out.
And
You have
she's out.
advantage on death saving throws.
Yeah, thank
FYI.
you. Okay.
And then
So
if
that
anyone
takes you-
else heals you, then
She goes,
you'll get maximum from that.
Does that take you like right to 0, or
It
is
does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
go ahead.
All the way to 0. Okay, got it. Never mind.
Let's make it is now Robin's turn. That was the start of her turn. Because of the squeezing, she takes this bludgeoning damage. It is now your turn, Robin. Let's make a death saving throw.
Thank
At advantage.
goodness.
Give it advantage.
Oh, it's a fail.
It's a fail.
You rolled 2 dice under 10.
I got a 3 and a 4.
It's a little bit of my luck rubbing off on you there.
The dice are like, nope.
Nope.
nope's all
Maeve.
around?
I know. Maeve, you are 30 feet above the fray, looking down. You see Robin's eyes open and then close again as she wilts in the just strangling grasp of this current.
I will, with my blade unsheathed like a swordfish.
And there's still there's
Swim down.
3 of you, right? Or 4 of you.
Right now there are 3 of me. One
3
of
of
me
you.
disappeared in the last check. 3 of me, swordfish style, swim down toward whatever's attacking Robin, and I will tell it. Well, yeah, I've got to have it not moved for the sake of things, but hopefully we can get her out of the way at some
Okay.
point. So, please don't suck. Please don't suck. We have no advantage, right?
Not anymore. No.
Over.
It's a
This
19.
one's-
It's a 19 to hit. Will hit.
8, 16, 17, 18, 19. 23 to hit. 23 points of damage,
23 points of damage.
and it is wreathed in the if it moves owie energy.
Okay. It moves
and
owie.
as a bonus action, I would like to. I'm gonna disengage from it to be there to try and help Robin.
Okay.
If I can do anything so it's not gonna. Well, I don't need to disengage because I attacked it. Never mind. Can I? I am gonna disengage because I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Sorry, thinking
no
that
worries.
out as I was doing it.
We will end this story for today on this last roll. Maeve, Robin, there are 2 in your vicinity. One is holding on to Robin. The other slams into you, Maeve.
Oh my god.
Those are not great. Let's see. 13s, double 13s.
Will
Gonna miss you?
is gonna miss.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it doesn't even get rid of your duplicates. But as you all are looking up at, the flickering life of Robin and these things swirling around them and swirling around yourselves down below, you begin to sense that probably a rest might have been a good idea. Good night, everyone.
Oh, no.
Thank you all so much for being here with us. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And remember, we are what we believe we are. Good night.